Hello, friends. Help for libido. Libido, libido, libido. Oh, ladies, so many of you are looking for an answer. I get this question multiple times per week, sometimes multiple times per day. Why? Because 50% of all women starting at age 20 have experienced low libido. And I know this is true because I've seen the studies. So, libido can be psychological, and we want to feel the same surge as we felt when we were dating or just married, and I will talk about that. However, I want to talk about the many physiologic factors that can affect libido and overpower you, and you're now on the road to restoration because we're going to talk. Here are the factors that can be helping you back. Unbalanced hormones, stress, anxiety, depression, vaginal dryness, which can be helped very quickly, hysterectomy, and starting on synthetic hormones, birth control pills, which lower testosterone. So there is a difference between men and women. And we're going to discuss that shortly. But first, there is help for women. Number one, natural progesterone. What does that do? Progesterone comes in at your ovulation cycle. So progesterone levels rise and fall, but on the day of ovulation, your progesterone is enhanced to make sure you're receptive to ovulation and procreation. Remember, progesterone is called the feel-good hormone. Also, in relatively young women, libido is common because they've had a normal menstrual period and they think they're doing fine, but they're making estrogen, that's what causes the bleeding, but they're not making progesterone. And low sex drive is not due to your low estrogen, but low progesterone. So we need to figure that out, and you need progesterone cream. If you don't ovulate in a given month, you don't produce your progesterone, and that's where progesterone cream comes in. For older women with estrogen dominance, you have the uncomfortable symptoms of water retention, fibrocystic breasts, depression, and vaginal dryness. Well, who'd be in the mood when they're feeling like this? So I understand. You also can be bloated and irritable. Progesterone for you. As I talk to women who have been on their progesterone cream, I learned that their low libido had been restored in about 3 months of use. So, sometimes less. The women who told me my sex drive drove off called and say, my sex drive made a U-turn. There are many wonderful testimonials from very happy women on my website, and the men called too. One man, he bought his wife a year's supply. He said, Barbara, I'm never going to let her run out of this stuff. So, number two, DHEA raises T levels in women by 15%. I love this hormone. Number three, for vaginal dryness and pain with intercourse, hydration ovals with estriol work quickly and efficiently. A 2-week course can turn your dryness into moisture. No more painful intercourse for you and your loved one. Okay, what else? Okay, supplements. Well, pick the product that sounds good to you. You don't need to buy everything. I'm not here to sell you something, just to educate. You have many options. Number one, Avena sativa. It comes from the leaves of the wild oat plant, and it's shown to raise libido, increase desire, and enhance the strength of the O's. Another benefit, it reduces sugar cravings for sweets, but not for your honey. Okay, so women who take Avena sativa report libido increases dramatically, and others find it doesn't. So this is a supplement where you need to try it for yourself and see. And hopefully you're in the positive group. Otherwise, what? Tribulus terrestris. Studies have shown that tribulus, taken for just 5 days, increased testosterone levels. Tribulus has also had a favorable effect on the loss of interest in sex. Results will not be immediate, but you should allow 40 to 50 days for T to be noticed. Other positive changes: increase in muscle tone without exercising. That's what I loved about it. How about that? And you don't like to take pills? Well, I've got the Female Libido Tonic. This is a little liquid blend of Mura Piranha and Asian ginseng, ginger, and cinnamon bark. It enhances libido. And no pill. And finally, how about 5-HTP? Raises serotonin levels, the equivalent of taking your brain to Hawaii. So you're relaxed and you're happy and you want to have sex. Well, this is the physiological approach. Now, psychological plays a very important role. What happened to the surge? We all want the surge. Remember that? Well, let's talk. Men have a different physiological response than women. They can go into their late years feeling the same old drive. You know what I'm talking about. This is because they can procreate well into their 70s and beyond. 80s. God designed this. They can get an erection and they're good to go. Well, ladies, we are designed differently. We are no longer ovulating. We're no longer making our progesterone. So libido can freeze. However, if you love your man or you just love sex, you want to feel the surge. And you are disappointed that you cannot feel it as you did when you were younger. So you get sad and frustrated. Well, I will not lie to you. I have nothing to offer to give you the teenage surge back. But think about this. If your honey died or you had a new man, you would feel the surge because this is the new and fresh. That's what happens when you have an argument and you make up. It's fresh and exciting, and sad to say, that's what happens when women have affairs. The woman is the same. So why is the surge different? Her mindset. So you can see where psychological feelings come into play. The feelings of intimacy are just as important. That warm and fuzzy feeling that you get, that's libido, ladies, at our age. It's in a different form. Kissing also goes a long way. Stop not kissing. As we get older, we need to kiss. It's very valuable. It increases dopamine, which ignites a spark. So give your husband a challenge. Let's kiss every day and see how you feel. Whoever kisses first wins. It's a game. Also, I tell you what I do. I focus on what makes me feel romantic. Take a look at your mate. His hands, his face, his gentleness, his generosity, that warm and fuzzy feeling is our new libido. Now, men don't have the answer. We have to find it ourselves. Here's my story. Okay, so the woman is reading in bed. She's all happy and reading her book. And the husband comes out of the shower with a towel wrapped around his waist. He says, honey, what do you see? She looks up and replies, oh, get over here, big boy. And they have great sex. So he thinks he has the answer. The next night she's reading, he comes out of the shower, he drops his towel, he says, honey, what do you see? And she says, I see a wet towel on the floor. So we're differently oriented. We need different triggers. So remember that. Focus on what you love about your honey. That is what I do. And remember also that if one person wants more sex and one doesn't, the less person is seizing the power. And giving up that power can actually be a joyful feeling. So go along for the ride. The more you do it, the more you will want it. Libido is not a simple subject, but it is important, and I absolutely believe your libido can be restored. I want to help you. I know things change, and change is not bad. But your sex drive may come back in a more mature manner, different than those surging, overwhelming hormonal days of youth. You are wiser now. Your body has undergone some changes, but we can still feel young and vibrant. Let's do our best to keep the intimacy flames alive for our partner. And call me if you need more help. I also have a libido handout. And if you're anxious, anxiety patches, I've got mine on right now. We can help you. Let your sex drive make its U-turn. I'm on your side. And you can always email me or call. Do not give up. Mwah.